short-haul air flights are the worst of the lot. I mean, there's no way around that. It's just a very carbon-intensive way of getting from A to B. And why? Well, the reason for that is simple, that airplanes are at their least efficient in CO2 emitting terms on takeoff and landing. Ecotourism relates to specific holidays where the customer, the client, is invited to go and enjoy a slice of the natural world. Exposure to a particularly beautiful part of the world, or it could be an ecotourism holiday here in Wales, in a national park, whatever it might be. But the whole of the marketing of that holiday is based on the ecological value of it. Enjoy the ecological specialness of this place. Green tourism, coming down to the next level, green tourism says we basically run an environmentally responsible business. So you could have a green tourism business in the middle of Cardiff, which I think you'd probably agree isn't going to offer you I've got to be careful here, probably isn't going to offer you a huge amount of absolutely top-notch 5-star ecological value. Being careful here, but I don't think so. But you can have a very green holiday, staying in the right kind of hotel, using public transport, etc., etc. Encouraged to use the environmentally friendly facilities and so on. Then you move on to sustainable tourism, which, as I said here, is about much more than the environment. It is about impacts on local communities. It's about economic multipliers to generate wealth for local people, protection of cultural and heritage aspects, and I'm sure Sir William will be talking about this, enormously important part of tourism. It's the whole bit where you wrap in all the social and human capital aspects, as well as the green, the environmental bit. And a lot of people in that survey said, well, actually, we can see that there's going to be some, I hate to use the word here, but some rationing on our share of the total available CO2 space, okay? But there's a sense of natural justice coming into this. People are saying, okay, I'm going to want a bit of sunshine. I'm still going to want a bit of that frazzled, burnt up, completely polluted, ghastly Mediterranean crap. So I'll probably go and get a bit of that because that's what I've always done. But then I might think rather more intelligently about my other holiday, which is to think a bit about the quality tourism on my doorstep. Because it is only the national interests here, the Welsh Assembly Government, the Welsh Tourism Alliance, working with them, Visit Wales, etc., that can begin to make the bigger picture proposition and help with marketing. The two things I think are critical, help with marketing and help with some of the skills challenges ahead of it. Onshore wind farms are becoming more and more cost effective and energy effective, by which I mean the total amount of electricity they produce year by year. So the new turbines being developed today are considerably more efficient than they were 5 years ago. Some of the old Welsh wind farms now, and you did pioneer a bit of this some time ago, are not as efficient, anything like as efficient as the new build wind farms that are going up elsewhere and the new farms which will go up here in Wales. So yes, of course, like any technology, as you roll it out, people learn to do it better and they get more efficient. This is a fantastically important industry for the well-being of people in Wales. The economic value of this industry, I'm afraid I wasn't here for the Minister, but did you say 10% of employment now in Wales? Well, I mean, you know, this is hugely significant. Inevitably, the issue is dependence on cars and the carbon emissions that pattern of travel actually causes. Now, Wales is never going to be able to get rid of that impact, to be honest. A lot of people will continue to come to Wales by car, not least because some of the train services to the more rural areas are not necessarily going to provide that quality of service. So you've got to find ways of neutralising that impact, perhaps moving towards some kind of really good offset scheme, which would allow people to use their car, but to offset the emissions that they cause in coming to Wales. There are already businesses here in Wales that are offering carbon neutral holidays. I've just been checking out on the website, and there are quite a few places where you can come to Wales, even in remote rural Wales, and you can offset all the emissions that your journey to and from that destination has caused. So we're already beginning to see some very creative responses to these issues, which means that you can combine a holiday experience in Wales with absolutely full-on environmental responsibility.